All right, so today we're gonna talk about batteries. We get a ton of questions. People call us and they're like, we want batteries. But one thing we want to make very clear is that not always the case that it's necessary for everyone. So Ryan's going to talk cost, who needs a battery, how the batteries work with solar, and does it make sense for you?
Absolutely. So just to explain some basics of solar so everybody understands, when you go solar, obviously during daylight hours, the sun's hitting the solar panel. The panel is going to create electricity in the direct current DC form. And then there's a component of your solar system called an inverter, which basically changes that direct current energy into AC energy, which is the form of energy that your home actually runs on. Now, if you have a power outage, what happens is there's nothing powering that inverter. So even during the day, sun is still hitting your solar panels. There's no energy for your home to run on because the DC form isn't being converted into AC. All right. So if the grid is down, but it's daylight and you have solar, but you don't have a backup battery or you don't have a backup generator, your system's not producing any power. So February, if you lived in Texas during Snowmageddon, where people had widespread power outages, even if you had solar, but you didn't have a backup battery or a backup generator that would power that inverter, you don't have any power during the day. All right, so basically what the battery accomplishes during power outages is during the daytime, the battery is going to power the inverter. So during the day, your home's running on solar, completely normal. And then at nighttime, the extra energy that your system produced during the day is going to charge up the battery. And then at night, you can draw off that battery. Now, the limitations of batteries is one, if you just get one battery, you can only, back up a certain amount of circuits for your home. So it's not like you can run your entire home off of one battery, which means you're going to need multiple batteries, which definitely increase the cost of going solar significantly.
So Ryan, can you share how many circuits? Can I do my whole main floor? What does that mean for them?
Well, one battery, it's going to be like a handful of plug-ins, maybe your refrigerator, which is, super important for most people to have continuous power to during power outages, some lights and things like that. So it's literally just a handful. With Tesla specifically, to back up your entire electric panel, you'd need a minimum of two batteries, which two batteries, you're north of $20,000 for the cost of two batteries. But on top of that, two batteries will allow you to back up your entire home, but you'd have to be very judicious with how you use your electricity. You can't just run your AC as normal, run your
hot tub,
all your appliances, have your 4 TVs going on at the same time. So for most people, unless you're that early adopter that just wants the latest and greatest and you want to show off your Powerwalls to all your friends, typically if power disruptions are an issue where you live, if the power goes out frequently enough and the power goes out long enough where it's disruptive to your lifestyle, a backup generator would probably be a significantly more economical option where, if the grid goes down, that generator kicks in, powers your inverter. So during the day, life is completely normal because everything's running off solar. And then at nighttime, that backup generator is there for your electricity needs, and it's going to be a fraction of the cost. Doesn't mean that down the road, you can't look at adding batteries. Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla, not that everything he's said, comes to fruition, but, he predicts that, 5 years from now, the cost of batteries will come down by about 50%. So as energy density storage of batteries increases and cost of batteries come down, it can definitely become a very, very viable option. For most homeowners, again, if power outages are an issue, generators are usually much more economical, way to go about achieving the goal of not having that energy uncertainty with power outages. But the other thing is, for most utilities, the way they treat going solar, they're essentially acting as your battery anyways, where you're producing all this extra energy during the day. The energy that your home doesn't use goes to utility grid. They then turn around, sell that energy to, your neighbors that haven't gone solar, businesses, churches, schools, you name it. And then at nighttime, you're drawing from their utility grid just as your house is now, but they give you credit for the energy that your system produces. So then it basically, during the nighttime, depending on how your utility solar program works, you'll basically be drawing off some of those credits that you built up during the day from the energy that your system put into utility grid.
That way, Ryan, it's just a fancy way of Ryan saying you're not going to get a utility bill. It's very specific to utilities across the nation, but that's what our job is to build a system that, hopefully covers your entire utility bill, just depending on where you are in America. Some places just don't allow us to do that. But if you need any more information on batteries or how to go solar, just click the link below and we would love to help you.